What's going on, you guys? This is Xander Shepherd here, hanging out with you all on this beautiful, beautiful weekend. So I've been a furry for about 10 years now, and I realized that there are some things that I've acquired over time during my stay in the fandom. But I also realized that there are some things that do not require immediate prioritization. That's due to this fact that sometimes I do not find myself having a healthy bank account. And while I must admit that I am a rich man living in a poor man's body, I want to offer my advice today to help you guys get a little bit richer just by segregating your needs from your wants. So what I'm going to be doing today is discussing the top 10 things that we commonly find ourselves spending and acquiring over time in our real life and in the fandom. And we're going to be taking these 10 things and discussing whether they're going to be needs or whether they're going to be wants. So let's go to the first item, fursuits. So owning a fursuit. This has long been the subject of debate. Fursuits aren't really a need per se. You don't need a fursuit to socialize in the furry fandom. A large percentage of the furry fandom are not fursuiters. They are artists, they are writers, they are people who make arts and crafts. The thing you want to ask yourself, do I want to own a fursuit because I have a persona that I want to wear and show off, or do I want it to socialize with people? You know, when I got Xander Shepherd, it never crossed my mind before that I would be a suitor. Way before I entered my local community, I was already researching on the different suitors in the fandom and whatsoever. Would I ever see myself as one? I never really saw myself, portraying this big dog person that I'm doing right now. A fursuit is more of a want, not a need. I would say that it would be a need if you were like a business figure. If you're heavily involved in photography and videography, then yes, by all means, then that's a need. So is a fursuit a need or a want? I would say that it's definitely a want. So number 2 will be a car. A car is definitely a need to me. I'm going with the non-biased observation that you guys are living in a much more bigger country like the US or UK or maybe Europe. Point A to point B is simply a really, really long distance. Public transportation is not a thing of convenience over there. I would say that a car is going to be useful to get around your town or your city. If you're going to conventions, I'm assuming that the hotel is only 3 to 5 hours right away from where you live. A car is definitely a need. This is assuming that you are able to actually pay for fuel. The thing about it, a car will also serve as a second means of living. If you own a car, not only will you be able to drive to convention, you'll be doing part-time jobs like Uber, for example, and that gets you some money, right? So for this, I'm gonna put car as a need. The 3 would be your own hotel room for a FurCon. Now, I know that most of you guys have the option of actually sharing a room. That's what I would do as well. But I would say that depending on your privacy needs, you will actually want your own hotel room for any furry convention that you're attending. You're not comfortable with having some certain amount of people or a certain person or certain people in the same room as you do. For me personally, I actually book my own hotel rooms due to the fact that I actually like privacy. I want to unwind after a busy day at a convention. I think it depends on the con. Like for example, I was looking at the rooms for a reference. For a poor ass guy like me, I need to literally rob a bank in order to actually stay in a hotel like that. In order for me to do so, I will actually need to look for some people and room with them. It's already considered luxury that I stay at a hotel room in Berlin. You would want the privacy, which is only sought after if you have a good surplus of funds in your bank account. Number 4, the flight to the furry convention. We were discussing earlier that whether you needed a car, not only does it get you to furry conventions, it also gets you money that you earn while doing part-time jobs with it. But the thing is that do you need to actually attend the con faster if you actually planned out for that journey beforehand? I don't know. This is a hard one. It's gonna be a really, really long journey. Airplanes kind of provide the basic amenities for you to actually enjoy your trip in comfort. And that's something a car ride can't really do. if you research enough, if you plan your travel in advance, I think you'll be able to shave off some big bucks there. You want a plane ride if you're, say, traveling from the US to maybe like Thailand. I think I will classify the plane ride as a want. Number 5, a credit card. Some of those 4 points which I've discussed so far, being like a fursuit, a car, your own hotel room at a convention, a plane ride to the convention. It sounds that I've been a pretty cheap bastard so far. But I'm gonna surprise you that I think you actually do need a credit card. Here's my story. I was actually booking a flight to go to Australia to attend Furry, and I used my debit card. Now the thing about debit cards, they deduct the funds straight away from your bank account. The next day I checked my bank account, I actually had the amount deducted again. So I was left with a negative figure in my bank account. This happened because they wanted to hold this figure to make sure that the transaction went through. And that caused a lot of inconvenience for me because I needed the funds, to buy my groceries, the everyday stuff. I know I shouldn't be basing my judgments solely on a bad experience. I think a credit card is a need. A credit card, unlike a debit card, is offering you a loan that you can use in the meantime, and you'll pay it back every month. And of course, you'll need to pay an annual fee at the end of the year. So yeah, the credit card is definitely a need for me. A fursuit badge, a furry badge, a persona badge, I don't know. A lot of times when we meet people at conventions or at meets, it's always face to face. I think this would apply to people who have never really met a person in real life before because they're mainly conversing online and Twitter. I think it might be a need. I mean, I would imagine myself as a guy who turns out to meet and knows nobody, but I kind of know these people who I met on Twitter. It would be kind of pretty awkward for me. Would it be a need to actually have a persona badge and still get to know people better? I attended Fursuit without a furry badge once. The only badge I was given was the one which the convention gave to me. I think it was just like the basic registration. I mean, I still got to talk to people and everything. I don't know. You will want to cut to the chase by wanting them and yourself to also wear a persona badge as well. So you'd be like, oh hey, yeah, I know you from Twitter. We talked before, blah blah blah. So yeah, I would say that the furry badge is a necessity. So I would classify it as a need. Alright, we're moving on to number 7, which is snacks. I mean, potato chips, corn chips, but we all know that during meets and conventions that they're actually pretty useful. And if you have friends coming over once in a while or pretty much often, you will know that snacks are an essential part of socialization. If you were to actually buy snacks, you could take these snacks and you can bring them to the convention to share with friends. At a convention or a meet, it's not necessary that you always have to spend money on fancy food. Once in a while it's good, maybe you're a day or two, but then you want to actually save. That would make a great group party starter. Everybody who goes to a group party, for example, snacks are pretty essential, they are great conversation starters. They help to, just keep the party going. I would say that the snacks are a need. So for number 8, we're going to be talking about alcohol. Now, alcohol is commonly found not only at conventions but then at meets. You don't really drink it on a regular basis, right? Unless you do, then I stand corrected. But I would say that alcohol is more of a want. What I would do in terms of alcohol, I would just limit myself to buying a bottle a month. At most. I will buy, say, like a 6-pack and maybe, just for good measure, a bottle of Absolute. I don't see the need to actually purchase that large amount due to the fact that I myself am not always drinking alcohol on a daily basis. I'm only drinking it because of socialization, and my socialization is unfortunately not so much, honestly. My socialization is over here on YouTube. It's something I don't do very often. I only drink when I'm invited to drink, I guess. Yeah, I would classify alcohol as a want. Number 9, clothes. This is not counting the merchandise that you buy at dealers then or that you get online. I'm talking about actual clothes that you use on a daily basis in order to go to work. Yeah, we definitely need clothes. We can't be naked or wearing fursuit all the time, am I right? You can definitely buy furry related clothing provided that they're within your budget. All I have is about, say, 3 or 4 sets of t-shirts, two shirts for work, and maybe like about say 3 jeans, and that's all I have. In terms of furry shirts, I only have just like 1 or 2. Those being excluded, clothes are definitely a need. So yeah, I would definitely have clothes in my list of needs. We've finally come to the last point of today. Art. I would say that it's more of a want. You're only going to be using this piece of art, say if you want to get a fursuit made, if you want to reference an artist to that piece of art. But other times where you need art is only during times when you need other pieces of art. It's not gonna bring you money. It's not gonna get you a free fursuit. It's not gonna get you free art. Just try to keep it to a minimum of like about once every 2 months. But let's be frank here. I mean, art, you get it and it gratifies you for maybe say at most say 2 or 3 months, and then that's basically it. After all, I mean, we are talking about how to save big bucks here. I would classify art as a want. Alright, so that's it guys for the top 10 common things. Do you think that you're able to compromise these wants, or do you think that you can't live without those things? Let me know in the comment section below, and until the next video, I'll see you guys. Shepherd out!